Hi there and welcome to another InvoiceBerry tutorial on how to use InvoiceBerry and Zapier in order to optimize your business workflows. My name is Uwe. I'm the founder of InvoiceBerry, a simple and intuitive online invoicing tool for small business owners. Today we're looking at 123FormBuilder and how to use this powerful form builder to accept orders and send out invoices for your products and services. As you can see on the 123FormBuilder website, they offer over 2,000 different templates, and they also offer a free plan to get started and various other plans depending on your needs. Let's get right into it. So I created my form builder account and I created an online order form already. I used one of the templates for that. And if you check here, it's basically a simple order form. This could be a product, this could be your ebook, this could be some service you're offering. And we ask for a few information like the name, phone number, email, delivery address, and that's about it. So once you finished your form, you can also change things in the setup. I think I haven't even been there, and then you can publish it. I've already published it. I have my link and I added one submission just to have some data for Zapier to use it in a minute. So let's go to Zapier and let's create that Zap. So to connect, we have to type in 123FormBuilder. All right. And we want to connect that with InvoiceBerry. All right. So whenever we get a new submission in our form, we want to create an invoice. Now we first have to connect our form builder account with Zapier. Click on connect. And here we have to put in our username, password, and which server we're using, the European or the US server. Once we're connected, we click on next, and then you have to select what form do you want to use. So this is my online order form. Click on next. And now it's getting the sample data from 123FormBuilder. If you haven't submitted anything to your own form, you might have to just do one sample submission to get some data into it. Then connect your InvoiceBerry account. For that, we need our API key and our API password. So let's go to InvoiceBerry, click on Settings, Main Settings, and Integrations. And there you can request an API key. Just click on Copy, go back to the pop-up, pop in your API key, go back to InvoiceBerry, click on Copy next to the API password, pop in the API password and click on Continue. Perfect. We connected our sample account and let's click on Next. Now we can select the client that we want to send the invoice to, but we obviously create a new client every time we get a form. So we just don't select anything here and click on Next. Now Zapier knows what sort of information we need to send to InvoiceBerry in order to create the invoice, and offers us a number of fields. Some are required, some are not required. So let's say we need the client name. We want the client email, phone number. What else did we ask in the form? The first name, last name, the street. I think we asked for the city as well. And we want the item description, the unit cost, the quantity. And lastly, we probably want send invoice, which will be a yes or no question. Do you want to auto send the invoice or not? If you say no, it means InvoiceBerry will create the invoice as a draft and you can then send it manually. Or if you say yes, InvoiceBerry will automatically send the invoice for you. Let's click on next. And now we have to match all of these fields that we have at InvoiceBerry with the fields we receive from 123FormBuilder. As client name, we probably want to do a combination of the first name and last name of the person filling out the form. As client email, let's have a look where the client email is. I think that's the email address, right, that I used. The phone number. Let's have a look. So this process is all about matching the information we receive from 123FormBuilder with InvoiceBerry. And again, as you can see in Zapier, they don't just give us the names of the fields, how 123FormBuilder sends them to Zapier, which might be quite complicated and tacky, but they also give you the sample data. So just by looking at this, James Cook, you understand what is the first name, what is the last name, and so on. So that's a very easy and intuitive way of using that data that we receive from the form builder. I might have not asked for an address the first time I run a test, so I don't have the client's street name or city, but that's not really an issue. It just means we're not gonna be able to receive that data right now. So as currency, I selected United States dollar, and now as the date of issue, we want to select the date when the form was submitted, which is here the date. I submitted it a few days ago. And then as item description, we can either use something from the form, or we can also write our own item description. Let's say this order form, it wasn't very specific. Let's copy this and just open it to have a look at it. This was our order form. We could assume, let's say it was to buy an ebook. So it could be purchase of our ebook. And let's say the cost is just $50 and it's one quantity. So again, the great thing with Zapier is you can mix your own text, which might be always the same, with some variable text by selecting those variables here that we receive from 123FormBuilder. Now we say send invoice, click on next. And now what it does, it's trying to match all the sample data with the InvoiceBerry fields. And as you can see, I forgot in my test to probably enter street one name, and that's why you can't see any data here. So it also depends what fields are required to fill out and what fields aren't required. Yes, the delivery address wasn't a required field, but email and phone was. That's why you find those information here. Now I click on send test, and what should happen now is that I will receive an email with the invoice, and it should also be in my InvoiceBerry account. Okay, the test was sent. Let's check my InvoiceBerry account. Go to invoices. James Cook, $50. Let's click on it. And there you have it. We invoiced James Cook. There's no address for this customer simply because he didn't fill out, or I didn't fill out any address details, but purchase of our ebook, the price, the quantity. And the beautiful thing is, when you connect InvoiceBerry to any of your payment methods, such as Stripe, WePay, PayPal, Square, or even some cryptocurrency methods, you actually get a Pay Now button here on your invoice, so your customer can even pay you directly on your invoice. And that way you can have a perfect automation that someone fills out the form at 123FormBuilder, then receives an InvoiceBerry invoice and can even click the button and pay via Stripe or WePay or any other method. All right, I also received, as I can see here, my invoice already. Perfect. So that's the invoice that I received because we selected auto send. And that's it for now. Thanks a lot for listening, and if you've got any questions whatsoever on how to optimize your business by automating workflows with the help of InvoiceBerry and Zapier, just please let me know in the comments below and I'm happy to help you. Have a great day and happy invoicing. Bye bye.